am the light of the world, and forgiveness is my function as the light of the world. These next reviews are coming in after every 20 lessons. Then we review 10 lessons every 2. So that's what's going on here. Yeah. All right. So I'm the light of the world is a wonderful idea, of course, as we want to recognize what that really means, and what that is usually what this lesson's about. So we're attempting to discover and to realize what this is, right? In the same way as recognizing what forgiveness is. That if we have yet to really see beyond the world, we actually have yet to understand what forgiveness really is. So to any degree, forgiveness is acceptable. You can be only forgiving and letting go of someone's grievances or resentments or someone's sins against you, but recognize and understand that that's only pardoning. So pardoning is different than forgiveness. So often we've society and everything's kind of combined this whole idea of pardoning and forgiveness, and there's a big misunderstanding. So you use the word forgiveness in very light manners, light-hearted ways, and we don't always recognize that forgiveness is something far bigger and far greater, especially if you want to grasp what it really means, that when someone says to forgive is to forget. And then people say, I will forgive, but I will never forget. And that's really difficult. That's more than saying, I will pardon, but I will never forget. I will pardon, but I'll never forget. And it's usually not even a full pardon either. It's like, yes, I'll let you go this time, but I'm still going to lock my doors. I'm going to put a moat around your house. I'm going to build a wall around you so that you can't do it again, right? So it's an interesting thing. But in the sense of what the light of the world is, we want to remember that all throughout this, what forgiveness is more so about the dreamer, okay? So you're actually trying to resonate with what the dreamer is all about. You're trying to go to the dreamer perspective. Only really the dreamer perspective can actually forgive something, forgive anything, in that true sense of seeing beyond the world. You, as in like my person, Devin, can't see beyond the world. He literally is part of the world. This is literally part of the world. Okay, so you can't see past the world if you are part of the world. But what is living in me, through me, as me, the rest of the universe, whatever you want to call it, God, the dreamer, can see outside of the world, can see outside of the dream, can perceive outside of, say, the universe. Okay? So you actually, by practicing this and practicing forgiveness and getting into the idea of the light of the world and what this is not about you as your person. You can, say, channel it, yes. You can represent it, yes. You can try to be it as much as possible, yes, absolutely. And sharing and teaching and all of this great stuff. This is all beautiful stuff. But to recognize the whole process is to get out of you and the world to see it as it actually is, right? Going to the perspective of the dreamer. So you're actually training your mind to resonate with it and to naturally move out into it, right? So that's what's occurring. But yes, forgiveness, as I mentioned in the beginning of this course, is almost impossible to teach. It really is something that's just by sheer practice and doing it is where you find out what it's about. So as much as we can describe it in so many different ways, as we just say that and never actually do, the process of forgiving is literally an experience. It's an experience that's occurring in you. You literally have this relief of a space you're holding onto something, right? You're holding in your psyche, in your spirit, all over the place, energy, everything, all holding something. And then to forgive it, and you say that something has to do with an object, has to do with a person, has to do with an action, and whatever it might be. And yet to forgive the object and person, and to forgive it in your energy, in your spirit, in your psyche, whatever you want to say it is, you feel that relief. You feel the pop. You feel it gone. You feel it go. It just naturally happens like that, and you feel a natural state of peace. Okay? So see how I can't tell you what forgiveness is, but I can tell you the result. I can't tell you what happens. I can't tell you how it involves and what it involves of the letting go and the whole idea of forgetting. It's like you have a benign tumor in your brain, a bubble in your brain. And it's saying that this is true, that is true. And so if you pop that bubble, yes, wonderful relief. It might go to your heart, but that's another subject. Metaphorically speaking. So you pop that bubble. Can you remember what was inside the bubble? No, it's just like if you really forgive it, you really pop that bubble, you forget all about it because the bubble's not there anymore. The bubble was the presence of what you forgave, right? So if you pop the bubble, there's no forgiveness. I mean, it's not there anymore. There's nothing to forgive, right? So it's a pretty remarkable thing, that's for sure. Yeah. So this is what the light of the world is here to do, in the sense of you've been given a challenge, you've been given this world to train you to understand and process and be this direction of what forgiveness is. You're literally here to master it. Okay? So yes, it seems as if you're actually trying to save the world and you're actually forgiving things, which in the world, yes, you are. But what you're actually doing is training how to do it. How to be and recognize what you want to be, and going straight for it instead of obsessing about what you don't want to be, right? Obsessing about your resentments and grievances. And we're learning how to let those go, and even learning this state of instant forgiveness, instantaneously, as if it never bothered you. You already see past it, you already see through it, you don't even recognize it. It's a pretty remarkable thing. It is.